Have you ever wondered if the people around you are truly sincere? Behind those friendly smiles and sweet compliments, could there be envy and deception quietly hiding in plain sight? We often believe we're sharp enough to spot who's genuine and who's pretending. But the truth is, it's far from easy. Jealousy and deceit are masters of disguise, and those who harbor them can be the most dangerous people in your life. Picture this: you've just achieved a big success at work. Friends and colleagues gather around you, congratulating you with warm smiles and kind words. Yet, deep down, something feels off. Could it be that someone in that crowd is masking their envy behind polite applause? Their smile seems warm, but their eyes quietly tell a different story. These subtle, yet powerful signs can help you recognize the presence of jealousy and deceit around you. And today, in this video, I'll share with you 10 effective ways to identify envy and deception in others, timeless methods drawn from the profound wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Proven over thousands of years. Not only will these lessons help you stay calm, control your emotions, and protect your inner peace, but they'll also arm you with the tools to detect and handle insincere, toxic relationships. By applying these principles, you won't just grow stronger, you'll become wiser in choosing and preserving the relationships that truly matter. These techniques will shield you from harmful connections and help you build a life filled with peace and genuine happiness. But before we dive in, I have a little challenge for you. Stay with me until the very end of this video and don't miss a single lesson. Each one is a crucial piece of the puzzle, helping you remain true to your values and live a fulfilling, peaceful life. If you're ready to embark on this journey, drop a comment below saying, "I'm ready to begin." I'd love to know you're walking this path alongside me. Now, let's unroll the very first scroll. 1. Be served their actions, not their words. One of the core principles of Stoic philosophy is simple: don't believe in words, believe in actions. Actions are the clearest reflection of a person's true nature and intentions. Words can be twisted, manipulated, and even blatantly lied about, but actions always reveal the truth. When observing people, pay close attention to the contradictions between what they say and what they do. Someone might appear kind and supportive through their words, yet their actions quietly undermine you behind your back. For example, a colleague might publicly praise your achievements but secretly criticize you when you're not around. Have you ever experienced this? Someone who makes promises to help but never follows through. Or a friend who claims to always be there for you, yet disappears the moment you face difficulties? These kinds of inconsistencies are clear signs of insincerity, often driven by jealousy. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be." B1. Actions are undeniable proof of a person's true character. Think about that friend who always says they'll support you, but when it really matters, they vanish. That kind of behavior reveals dishonesty and a lack of integrity far louder than any words could. Observe how people act when no one is watching, or when there's nothing for them to gain. In those moments, you'll likely discover their true nature. This is a key practice for distinguishing between sincere people and pretenders. Now, let's move on and unroll the next scroll, to uncover the second crucial sign. Before, we uncovered how a person's actions, not their words, truly reflect their intentions. By focusing on deeds over promises, we begin to see people for who they really are, not who they pretend to be. Now, let's take that wisdom a step further. 2. Evaluate their response to your success. In our daily lives, nothing reveals a person's true character faster than how they react to your success. Jealousy is a difficult thing to mask, and those who harbor it often betray themselves through subtle signs of discomfort when they see others thrive. People who carry envy in their hearts might offer you forced congratulations, words that sound sweet, but feel strangely empty. Beneath their compliments, they quietly harbor resentment. They might attempt to diminish your achievements with baseless criticism or find flaws where there are none. Sometimes, they'll downplay your victories, suggesting it was luck rather than your effort. Have you ever felt that chill in the air when you shared good news with someone? That faint, awkward pause, or a congratulation that didn't quite land right? Those are signs you shouldn't ignore. There's an old saying, the only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. People who truly care about you, those grounded in wisdom and sincerity, will celebrate your victories without envy. They'll feel genuine happiness for you, recognizing that your growth is a part of your personal journey. These are the friends and companions worth keeping close. In contrast, those who resent your achievements see them as personal threats. Your success reminds them of their own shortcomings, of opportunities they didn't take, and of the effort they weren't willing to make. That discomfort can reveal itself through backhanded compliments, snide remarks, or even attempts to subtly sabotage your progress. Think back to your last personal achievement. How did the people around you react? Who smiled with genuine warmth? And who seemed quietly unsettled? You'll find wisdom in observing these reactions. True supporters uplift and encourage you, while deceitful, envious people reveal their nature by seeking to bring you down. So, what should you do when you notice jealousy or deceit in someone close to you? Will you confront them? Will you quietly distance yourself? According to Stoic philosophy, the answer is clear: let go of what you cannot control. Focus your energy on improving yourself and building sincere, meaningful relationships. Don't let yourself be trapped in a cycle of envy and conflict. Instead, move forward with clarity and grace. A valuable truth lies here. You can learn a lot about a person not just from how they treat you, but from how they treat those beneath them. 3. Notice how they treat those who can't benefit them. One of the most beautiful teachings of Stoic philosophy is this: a noble soul respects everyone, especially those in weaker or lower positions. Genuine kindness isn't selective, it extends to all, regardless of status or power. When you observe how someone interacts with people who have nothing to offer them, no favors to grant, no influence to share, you'll discover the true depth of their character. A good-hearted, sincere person will treat everyone with the same level of respect, whether they're addressing a government official or a humble service worker. On the other hand, envious and deceitful individuals reveal themselves here as well. They might shower kindness and warmth upon their superiors but act coldly, dismissively, or even cruelly toward those they deem unimportant. Their arrogance often surfaces when no one of consequence is watching. For example, imagine a colleague who's all smiles with the boss but snaps at waitstaff or ignores the janitor. Those small moments of arrogance and superiority speak volumes about the kind of person they truly are. Jealous, deceitful people show their truest selves when interacting with the vulnerable, those they believe can do nothing for them. Take note of these behaviors. Often, it's in these seemingly insignificant interactions that you'll uncover the truth about someone's character. Now, with these observations in mind, let's move forward to our next insight, one that focuses on the subtleties of envy concealed within conversations. Onward to lesson number 4. In the previous part, we talked about how a person's true nature is revealed through the way they treat those of lower status, people from whom they have nothing to gain. Those who only show respect because of personal interests are rarely sincere. And through this, you also have a chance to reflect on your own behavior. Now, let's move on to the next important lesson. 4. Distinguish between genuine praise and flattery. Everyone enjoys receiving compliments, A sincere word of encouragement can brighten your entire day. But do you realize that excessive flattery is a clear sign of deceit and jealousy, one that people often overlook? A heartfelt compliment is usually concise, specific, and sincerely recognizes the value you've created. In contrast, when someone heaps over-the-top praise on you, be cautious. Behind those words could be an ulterior motive you never expected. Ask yourself, do these compliments truly match what I've achieved? Or is this person trying to butter me up for some hidden reason? Marcus Aurelius, the famed Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So when receiving praise, don't let yourself get swept away too easily. Stay sharp and question, is this person being genuine? Or are they using flattery to soften you, while secretly plotting something else? A classic example is in the workplace. You might notice some colleagues who constantly shower you with praise in front of others. But when you truly need support, they're nowhere to be found. Worse, behind your back, they may gossip or undermine you. This is the kind of person whose compliments are empty and meaningless. Learning to recognize and deal with hollow flattery not only protects you from fake, jealous people but also helps you live a more authentic life. Always question the intention behind a compliment, and continuously affirm your own self-worth. Have you ever experienced a moment when someone excessively flattered you? How did it make you feel? And how did you respond? Share your story in the comments. Your experiences are valuable to all of us. 5. Monitor consistency in their words and actions. Now it's time to talk about another crucial factor: consistency. A sincere person is someone whose actions and words align. Meanwhile, those driven by jealousy and deceit often say one thing and do another. According to Stoic philosophy, it's easy to speak, it's much harder to act. That's why if you want to truly assess someone's character, observe how they behave in different circumstances, and see if their actions reflect the principles they claim to believe in. For example, someone who constantly talks about kindness but often snaps at service staff. A person who promises to help you yet vanishes when you need them most. These inconsistencies are clear signs of a person's true character. Pay special attention to how they act when no one's watching. Those quiet, unguarded moments often reveal more than any carefully chosen words ever could. And this brings us right to the next lesson, where you'll learn how to read a person's true intentions through their subtle facial expressions and unspoken cues. In the previous section, we talked about how a person's consistency between their words and actions reveals their true character. Those who are sincere stay true to their values no matter the situation, while deceitful and jealous individuals often fail to maintain this consistency. Now, let's dive even deeper into recognizing such people through another simple, yet revealing method. 6. Observe how consistent they are with different people. Pay close attention. Do they maintain the same attitude and behavior toward everyone? Or do they adjust their demeanor based on personal interests and circumstances? Jealous and deceitful people often struggle to stay consistent. They might act kind and caring when they need something from someone. But once that person is no longer useful, their attitude changes drastically, sometimes becoming cold, dismissive, or even openly hostile. For example, you might know someone who often sings your praises in front of others, claiming to admire and support you. Yet, behind your back, they complain about your success or criticize your efforts. Have you ever noticed subtle signs, a forced smile, a half-hearted compliment, or a strange, uneasy glance when they congratulate you? These aren't isolated incidents. In fact, such behaviors often repeat themselves. When you sense something off, don't jump to conclusions too quickly. Instead, Patiently observe whether this pattern continues over time. Another effective way to gauge a person's consistency is by watching how they treat other people, especially those they have no personal gain from. A sincere person will treat everyone with kindness, respect, and fairness, regardless of their status or influence. They won't flatter one person and ignore another for personal advantage. Consistency in how a person behaves toward others, no matter the situation, is one of the clearest indicators of their honesty and integrity. Take a moment to reflect. Is there anyone in your life who behaves inconsistently like this? Do the people around you truly hold on to their values and principles in every situation? If your answer is no, it might be a red flag that these individuals are hiding jealousy or dishonesty behind a carefully crafted mask. We've made it halfway through our journey today, and I want to sincerely thank you for staying with us. Your presence and support mean the world, and it motivates us to keep bringing the valuable wisdom of Stoic philosophy to more people out there. Don't forget to hit like and share this video with your friends and loved ones. Every share is a small but meaningful way to contribute to building a happier, more peaceful world for us all. Also, drop a comment with the phrase, "Always stay observant," to let us know you're fully ready to step forward with new energy on this journey of becoming a modern Stoic. And now, it's time to move on to lesson number 6, where we'll reveal one of the clearest signs of jealousy and deceit through a person's reaction when faced with criticism. In the previous lesson, we explored how observing unconscious comparisons in daily conversations can reveal hidden insecurities and jealousy in others. Now, let's deepen that insight by looking at how people react not only to others' successes but also to their own setbacks, an even clearer window into a person's true nature. 7. Notice subtle, unintentional comparisons. Let me ask you this: do you know someone who constantly compares others? Sometimes without even realizing it? If so, perhaps it's time to carefully reconsider your relationship with that person. Why is that important? Let's find out together in this lesson. In our everyday lives, we encounter countless unconscious comparisons, little remarks that might seem harmless but actually carry deeper meaning. According to Stoic wisdom, recognizing and understanding these subtle comments is a powerful way to uncover jealousy and insincerity. When someone habitually compares you to others, what they reveal says more about them than it does about you. Often, these comparisons stem from a place of insecurity, envy, and inner dissatisfaction. Picture this: you reach a major milestone at work. Instead of congratulating you sincerely, a colleague casually remarks, "That's good, but I still think John is better." This isn't just a passing comment, it's a signal. It hints at hidden envy and a desire to subtly undermine your achievement. People who frequently compare others may be trying to lower your sense of self-worth, making you feel small or insufficient. This is often a cover for their own insecurities, a way to inflate their own self-image by making others seem lesser. True friends, on the other hand, never need to compare you to someone else to express their support or admiration. They value you as you are, not in relation to anyone else. Take a moment to reflect: who in your life often makes these unconscious, subtle comparisons? Are they really someone you can fully trust? And when you hear those belittling comparisons, how do you feel? The Stoics advise us to treat such comments as external things, beyond our control, not worth disturbing our inner peace. Do you agree with this perspective? If yes, give this video a like. If not, drop a comment with the word 0 so we can open up a deeper conversation together. 8. Pay close attention to how people react to personal failure. Now, let's move on to another telltale sign of jealousy and insincerity: a person's reaction when they fail. According to Stoic philosophy, Failure is not a weakness but a necessary and valuable part of life. It tests our patience, reveals our character, and offers opportunities for growth. Truly wise and honest individuals face failure with humility. They openly acknowledge their mistakes, reflect, and use those lessons to improve. They don't shift blame or hide from their setbacks. Instead, they accept and take responsibility, turning each misstep into a stepping stone forward. On the other hand, jealous and deceitful individuals behave quite differently in the face of failure. They often scramble to find external excuses, blaming circumstances, other people, or bad luck rather than admitting their own shortcomings. They might even twist the truth, badmouth others, or invent stories just to protect their fragile egos. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who always blames others whenever something goes wrong? If so, have you ever paused to consider that this behavior might be a sign of deep-seated jealousy and dishonesty? The next time someone around you stumbles, pay close attention. Do they sincerely admit their mistakes and show a willingness to learn? Or do they quickly deflect, justify, and blame others? A trustworthy person doesn't hesitate to own up to their failures. They see it as a natural part of the journey and a chance to grow stronger. A deceitful person, however, will fiercely guard their ego, avoiding any admission of fault at all costs. As the wise Daku Akata once said, a person's true nature is revealed at the times of greatest adversity. And it's in those tough, uncomfortable moments that you truly see someone's character, whether they are authentic or hiding behind a carefully constructed mask. We're about to uncover yet another subtle but powerful indicator of a person's inner world in our next lesson. Are you curious what it is? Stay with us, the journey of wisdom continues. In our previous lesson, we reflected on how a person's reaction to failure reveals their true character far more than any polished words or carefully crafted image. Now, let's explore another subtle but equally powerful sign: the way someone shares personal information. This, too, is a window into the soul. 9. Evaluate how they share personal information. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." In other words, the way a person communicates, especially about themselves, speaks volumes about who they are inside. Stoic philosophy reminds us to pay attention to how people talk about their personal victories and defeats because it reflects their sincerity, or lack of it. A sincere person tends to share their experiences with humility, focusing on what they've learned rather than showing off. They speak about both their successes and failures in a balanced, honest way, knowing that each is a part of life's journey. In contrast, someone who is deceitful often exaggerates their achievements or, worse, fabricates them entirely. Their aim is not to share wisdom, but to impress, manipulate, and elevate themselves in the eyes of others. When you find yourself listening to someone boast endlessly about their accomplishments, especially over trivial or irrelevant details, it's worth pausing to question their intentions. Are they sincerely proud, or trying a little too hard to win admiration? It's equally important to observe how people speak about their failures. An honest person won't shy away from admitting mistakes. They'll openly share what they learned from setbacks and how those moments helped them grow. A deceitful individual, however, will either avoid the subject altogether or find external excuses to blame, circumstances, bad luck, or other people. This is a clear sign of inner turmoil and insincerity. And it doesn't stop there. Jealous people often can't resist gossiping about others. They might carelessly reveal personal secrets entrusted to them, or twist facts to undermine someone else's reputation. This toxic behavior is designed to manipulate how others perceive people around them while quietly feeding their own insecurities. So, in your daily conversations, listen carefully for these warning signs. Do certain people often speak ill of others? Do they constantly compare themselves to everyone else, subtly trying to one-up those around them? These aren't harmless habits. They're red flags signaling deeper issues like jealousy, deceit, and insecurity. As you become more attuned to recognizing these behaviors, you'll find it easier to protect your own mind and spirit from toxic influences. And when something feels off, don't be afraid to question it. That brings us to a final, deeply personal lesson, one that reminds us to trust the quiet wisdom within ourselves. Keycap 10. Listen to your inner voice. Have you ever had that unsettling feeling about someone, a colleague who always seems cheerful and eager to help, yet you can't shake a sense of discomfort around them? If the answer is yes, it's time to stop and pay attention. That's your inner voice quietly sounding a warning. Your instincts, or what some call a sixth sense, are a powerful tool in protecting you from hidden threats. Think back to moments when you felt uneasy about a person for no obvious reason. Did they seem overly competitive? Did their compliments feel forced or insincere? These seemingly small cues often hint at deeper issues like jealousy and deceit. Ask yourself, why do I feel uncomfortable around this person? Is it because their actions and words don't align? Do you notice them subtly comparing themselves to you or commenting on others' failures in a way that feels unnecessary? These behaviors may not always be overt, but your instincts can pick up what your conscious mind might overlook. Never underestimate your inner voice. It's there to protect you, not just from external harm but also from emotional manipulation and toxic relationships. That said, Stoic philosophy also teaches us the importance of balancing instinct with reason. Listen to your feelings, but pair them with careful observation and rational thought before making judgments. Recognizing jealousy and deceit in others isn't always easy. It requires attention, wisdom, and courage, but it's a skill worth cultivating, because our lives are far too precious to waste on people who don't truly support or respect us. Jealous and deceitful people can appear in any area of life, from friendships to family, from the workplace to casual encounters. On the surface, they might seem like loyal companions, but beneath it all lies insecurity and conflict. Stoicism encourages us to live calmly, wisely, and free from such negative influences. By applying these lessons, you'll gradually learn to spot and distance yourself from those who would drain your peace and energy. Life is meant to be filled with joy, authenticity, and positive connections. If you've found value in these insights, please take a moment to like this video and share it with your loved ones. Together, we can build a better, kinder, and more peaceful world. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss out on more wisdom and practical guidance from us. Before you go, challenge yourself. Apply at least one of these strategies in your life this week. Then come back and comment, "I did it," below, sharing how it changed your perspective. I'll be right here, listening and learning with you. And with that, let's wrap up this journey through the signs of jealousy and deceit, and get ready for what's coming next.